high win rates. We've got a general idea, and I'm glad that we're seeing that the first hurdle for BTK has been achieved. But now we are looking back at it. It is going to be Blacklist International still on the blue side, BTK on the red. We're seeing the bans, Roger, Natan, as well as Yishin Shin. They're sticking to their guns. BTK bans out the Yves, Raphaelia, as well as the Clint immediately taking away the Beatrix.
In the most Blacklist and Bonchan-esque way possible, they take this Beatrix away from BTK in the first pick. However, BTK will immediately go for the Esmeralda. This is one of their comfort picks as well. Maybe they get the Eve or Farstar? Or Farstar? Eve or Farstar. Eve was already banned out, and I was about to say Farstar. They take it. Now Blacklist, what? Do they go for the Estes once again?
See, that's the thing. That's what I was thinking about. It's like, is Estes going to be the way to go this time round? I mean, the Lydia did a really good job here, especially, like, you know, controlling that area and, you know, baiting out the spells. And then when you all is said and done, Black Shoes away. But now with Farsa, are we expecting the same performance?
Honestly, for Blacklist International, right now, I feel like the Estes can come through and still can be really good, especially when combined with something like that Barret's a very tanky jungler right now, but look at the response. You pick the Barret's, we're going for more burst, and the Lunox is going to be the answer. But remember, the 3 times that this hero has been picked, it hasn't found any success in the M3 stage.
Seeing for Lunox, it does deal so much damage. Person-based damage against the Barret's, it's definitely an answer. But this ban is really threatening because this could be an XP late pick, but it can also be a jungler pick for Blacklist International. The flex picks really coming out there. And what if Blacklist International gets something like a Thams for Edward to control this Esmeralda, or maybe a Paquito even.
That's right. Thing, right? We're seeing a couple of picks that are just slipping through the cast. You can't just ban all of somebody's hero pool. You're leaving some of the stronger meta picks, and even though Paquito isn't as hyper dominant as we saw previously or earlier this year for multiple MPLs, it still kind of does the job.
Yeah. Absolutely. Not that it just does the job, it does the job really, really well at that right now.
Right.
We'll see what happens here because Blacklist International, they are going to be taking one hero away. It is going to be the Lolita. I mentioned it, and instantly, right now, both my predictions have been correct, taking away the Beatrix and the Lolita away from BTK, but same thing goes for BTK. They know that Barret's can be flexed. We do not want to let this Aldous up and open, especially when you combine it with the Estes.
How about a Saber, though? Blacklist International, again, in the most Bonchan-esque way of drafting, they adapt like in a snap when it comes to drafting. That really is the stronger suit of Blacklist International. They're scary at best of ones, but they're even scarier in long series, like a best of 5, for example, because they definitely adapt. Now, with the Beatrix steal against BTK, I will not be surprised if the Saber will also be banned, as these are the ingredients that BTK won with against an Estes team.
But then they get Balmond again, right? And they still have plenty of options. Even though they don't have the marksman, they still have things to play. Matilda gets banned out. This is something that I wanted to bring up, actually, because BTK would have had a really nasty composition if they had Matilda. Just constant ways of, are you in trouble? Don't worry, guiding wins. And whenever that's done, don't worry, Falling Star Moon. We also have Wings by Wings, as well as the Brilliance.
Absolutely, but we do need to take account for BTK right now. They don't have any physical damage. Right now, all of their damage output is magical. So for the side of Blacklist International, it's actually going to be real. It's going to be easier going into the second phase of the draft. BTK, it is already very, very predictable, I should say. You need a physical damage hero right now, and Blacklist, they're just going to have to adapt. They're just going to have to fix, like, know their matchups here when it comes to the draft. BTK with their pick, I think it might be an Assassin again, or maybe even the Balmond here. No, they pick up the Kufra first, so still putting Moba Zane onto that last pick.
80% win rate across the board for this Kufra. That was really, really, really surprising to me. But you have to look for the Kufra in a way that it is always comboed with something like Farsa, for example. That's a scary combo of Blacklist International, Hylas, and Alice.
Whoa, we haven't seen Alice in a very long time. It looks like they need some form of scaling and more damage, and Alice, who infinitely scales, it's just, it's going to work out really nicely for Blacklist International, rounding up the composition. They've got the Beatrix for that physical, they've got the Alice for the magical, and we get the Balmond again coming out from BTK side. it's a tough call, but who do you think scales a little bit better here?
Scales, for sure, I have to say it is going to be Blacklist International, but honestly, I feel like BTK has just won the draft. Sure, scaling-wise, it is going to be Blacklist, but matchup-wise, you have that Lunox, you have that Farsa.
Yeah.
Sure, they can scale as well, and guess what? They are natural counters to the Barretts, to that, what was the last hero that was picked up?
Hylos.
To the Hylos as well.
Exactly.
All these tanky heroes can be completely shredded in that late game, and in the early game, I feel like Blacklist are not going to be able to do as much as they would usually.
Well, I mean, that's one story to tell. The only way to decide is by making history here in the Land of Dawn. It's going to be Blacklist versus BTK. Are you ready for it? The lineups are ready. It's time to head into the Land of Dawn. Welcome to game number 2.
As much as the Lunox is great versus so many of the heroes of Blacklist International, such as the Barretts, Hylos, as well as the Alice, arguably, the problem is there are 3 of them all together in one draft. That's why I feel that maybe this Lunox will have so much of a problem. I mean, technically,
Notoriety. They want that championship title, and now we're going to get straight into the game. Let's see if they can do it, Gideon.
Let's see whether or not they can get the recognition that they so highly want here for the North American region as Blacklist International looks to troubleshoot the code here in game number 2. Now, looking at the lane assignment so far, I mean, it's Lunox up against Alice, pretty casual, pretty normal here, but it's going to be Hylos in the jungle.
Hylos jungle. All right, so we guess it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Barretts is still going to be the matchup against Esmeralda. Still pretty decent. I wonder
Now-
what this means.
Yeah, no, that is surprising, but wait a minute. There's already a fight going on here as Moba Zane gets, zoned away. Yeah.
Yep, they're just making sure that they are escorting Haji around, making sure they can use Wise as just early game tank pressure to do the work. And honestly, I don't want to be that guy, but we've seen Hylos jungle before here at MPL MY. We're not proud of it sometimes, but this might prove otherwise that this could be an effective strategy as they move in towards the orange side. Moba Zane having to deal with this, realizing this is not exactly the best position as they haven't hit level 4. They get the immediate hit. Shark looking for the engage to zone the rest off. Fly Chicken might be able to get into the back line here. Yes, Wise steals away the orange, but Moba Zane is going to have to run it out. Can they get some form of a kill as Shark is on the run? Victor here to join. Oh My Venus is on the run, and yes, they find the first kill. Onto the jungler. A second one has been slain. First blood by Razor going over to BTK.
Blacklist International, you see this, man? They want to group up, but BTK as well. They rotate every single member to that top side. Victor, actually, he left his lane without even clearing the way. He's like, I need to get to my team, and that proved to be great for this team.
9 heroes in the turtle pit around the orange buff as well as the rock Ursa. That is crazy, and we're gonna see the replay there. Definitely, I'm liking the idea of Blacklist International have Wise on the Hylos on top of all of the heroes of the members of BTK. But then again, even if you're a Hylos with the Estes, if there are 5 heroes on top of you, you're gonna be taken out. And unfortunately, the strategy coming up from Blacklist International backfired heavily as they have lost so much.
Oh, it's another fight already. Glorious Pathway is already down. Zia is the next to fall as they look for Eternal. Moba Zane tries to get out. He needs a kill. No, he doesn't find it here. Shock trying to go for a re-engagement here as we see Edward. Daytona's welcome. Actually might be saving the man, but they secure the kill on towards the Lunox side. Victor can only do so much. No, the Frost Moon shield keeps him strong. Oh, I'm not entirely sure how the engagement even started to begin with, but they have to protect this purple here. Wise wants it. Bennett's Rage going to be coming out. They zone away. Moba Zane having to use the lethal counter to secure his own purple.
Amazing response by the side of Blacklist International, man. They know BTK. That, again, the reason BTK was able to win that fight just now is because they isolated. You can see BTK, when that orange buff fight happened, they were able to... Did you see the shock selection by them?
Yeah.
The Kufra targeted towards the Estes, and everyone else targeted towards Wise. So by that, Wise wouldn't be able to get the resource to get the healing. But look at this. It is already Blacklist, once again, trying to look for the proactive plays in that top side.
I like it. I actually kind of like it coming in from Blacklist International. They've completely played it the top side and taken away all the energy shields and maximized on that gold.
And one thing that Blacklist International did all throughout this game is to punish BTK from grouping up, because BTK really wanted to group up, and what normally happens is that you leave your lanes.
Oh,
Turret energy shields.
I'm sweating there. I'm so sorry, Wolf. Ooh, that's some pucker factor right there.
You know, the balls on Venus right there to be able to just save his ultimate, man. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
It's just limit testing.
Yeah, one
here.
thing for Blacklist International, and most particularly Oh My Venus, he's got a lot of composure, I guess, the words I'm looking for. He knows when to pop his ultimate or when not to.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Oh My Venus is one of those players who has that veteranship, has been in the leagues in competitive play for so long. Tempered like steel here. Another game pause is going to be, I'm not entirely sure what the issue is going to be, but we'll fix it in the meantime. We got to trust that the system works.
Yeah, you talked about how veterancy can come, or veteranship might come from Oh My Venus. Fun fact, Oh My Venus and Wise, they also represented the Philippines before, back in M1. But they're still part of Onyx Philippines, who also represents the Philippines today. And so this is not the first time. In fact, there are two-timers already for the world stage for Blacklist International. So that is amazing. Yet to get their eventual championship in the international stage, as you have also brought up.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that's got to be frustrating for Blacklist International, right? They get ever so close to clinching an international title, and then some other team just has to steal it away right at the last second.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at it right now, BTK, they really need to play it smart because already we're seeing them, they're already over greedy sometimes right now. After getting that first game, which was very clean, clean is an understatement. They played that perfectly. But in the second game, we already see they played it really well in the early stages, but they're getting overzealous here. They see that they weren't actually in position to take that turtle, but they still forced it anyways. And that was the reason Blacklist was able to capitalize. So if BTK just stays in composure, plays the way they've been doing from the first game all the way up until that first blood, I feel like they have a solid chance at beating the tournament favorites.
To add on to that, actually, I think a lot of this game is going to come down to just overall engagement and positioning coming in from both of the sports, Oh My Venus and Shark. Because Shark, there's a lot more pressure on him to look to disengage and peel for the rest of his team, but Oh My Venus is going to be super key in making sure that no matter what they do, it's going to go unpunished, or they're just winning by an overwhelming life lead.
Absolutely. Now, BTK, again, they are not in the right position to try to contest for this turtle. It's like uncontested. That's what I want to see. Just let it go.
Yep, turtle going to be by the STB. Now the dive on towards Fire Chicken has been initiated. Shark looking to bail his team out. Yes, he finds it. Collides up into all with the Tyrant's Rage. And here comes Mobazane to make the difference. They break open the top tier one. But there we go. Oheb finds all four of them. They don't have their flickers. What a re-engagement coming in from Blacklist International. Oheb raising his hands. You punish me? Oh, nah. I'm coming back for more.
This is one of the heroes that gave him the moniker Oheb. God, my goodness! A three-man Vlad ult. And he is just recalling away from BTK. I mean, for BTK, that was amazing from Shark. Using the flicker, going over some of the members of Blacklist International so that he will land the good, shot selection once again with the Tyrant's Revenge. And then pops the ultimate. Good combo with Zia on the ultimate. That's like the dream combo for BTK, right? And then you jump in with Quiet Chicken. Unfortunately, Oh My Venus was just ready with the ultimate. So that keeps Blacklist International top now. And what I like about Blacklist International is they took down the turret with them.
Oh, Edward almost getting died, but here comes the glorious pathway coming in from Wise. Haji looking to actually punish somebody here. Zia quickly disengaging the entire team, saying, hey, you can calm down here for a second. Feathered Airstrike will keep you at bay. But Victor really testing his luck here with Haji. Oh, he bakes it out for Shark with the Tyrant's Rage again on three people. But Mobazane, he needs one kill. No, Haji did not die. If Haji died, Mobazane would have had enough HP to maybe get out of there.
Welcome to the ultimate bonding experience right now, as Blacklist just completely take BTK down in that bottom side. But this is what I love about Blacklist. They're finally getting their jam here in the playoff stage, and look at what they're able to do. Sure, BTK had an initial very good team fight, but Blacklist instantly reads their opponent's ways to play, and now they are on this siege, man.
BTK, they have found a good opening in the bottom lane, but unfortunately, their skill shots weren't really that precise. I mean to say, the timing wasn't off. I mean, they started with the lethal counter, which normally should be your skill to take down the members of Blacklist International after you already dealt the damage. The thing is, you should be using your lethal counter as definitely a closer for a team fight, because you need that execute kind of mechanic wherein you take down the members of Blacklist International before Oh My Venus heals them up.
Well, I mean, it's about the initial burst, I suppose. I guess they wanted to make sure, hey, maybe we could burst Oh My Venus in that time. The next turtle going over to Blacklist International, who have developed a 6K gold lead here on their side, 7 minutes into the game. Right now, we have to keep an eye on a couple of people here from the side of BTK. Zia, he's going to eventually scale up, and that's going to be a really big factor in terms of, you know, chipping them down into that lethal counter range.
One of the glaring mistakes I feel like from the side of BTK is that they've been getting a lot of crazy engages, actually really good engages, but they don't have the damage yet. They need to scale it up a little bit more. Again, they're playing the Pharsa, Lunox, and Esmeralda. They need to wait until those item power spikes finally hit because they've just been way too fast on these fights.
The threat level is just too high, but here comes Blacklist International. Potential dive onto Victor's side here. Oheb gonna go back into lane, and it looks like they're playing cross-map here. They're going to take the sacrifice tier 2. Victor knows he can't do much about the situation, and same goes for Oheb. They both just have to wait it out. Flowing blood comes through. He's not going to engage this, right? But Inhibitor, are they going to just sacrifice the Inhibitor turret? Bottom tier 1 goes down. Inhibitor turret is still alive here. Fried Chicken going in for the full-on fight against Oheb. The Dark Egg is just not enough. The wave is too strong. Oheb is able to take on one. Can he get Momose? He does! He finds it! It's gonna be a 1v2 as Oheb is ready to rumble. Daytona's welcome onto Shark, and it's gonna be an easy triple kill for the man, the myth, the legend, Oheb.
You don't cross-map against this guy, man. We all know what Oheb can do. He got the Maniac on Beatrix in the group stage, and he's gonna get that triple kill to basically shut BTK down in the early phase.
That was what I always called the awkward Lunox jump with the ultimate from the darkness, right? You always want to hit with your ultimate from darkness and also get another Chaos Bolt up. Turn one, Oheb!
The flowing blood damage from Oheb takes on even an Esmeralda. That's when you know this is gonna get tough. And the going only gets tougher as tier 2 is gonna get cracked open. Lord is up and running. Does Blacklist International want to get a little greedy here and force the player wait for Luminous Lord? It looks like they're gonna go for the greed and press the advantage.
Look at how Blacklist International just plays. Again, we saw BTK, they were able to get that 10,000 gold lead against Blacklist International, but I feel like Blacklist, they just do so much more with the leads that they have. They're able to snowball much more efficiently, and that is why you can't make those mistakes against this team. You make one tiny mistake in that turtle pit, and it all just comes crumbling down. Everything you've been able to build, it just gets completely bulldozed by Blacklist.
And now BTK, they need to rely on their wave clear. They have the Pharsa at least. Zia will be so instrumental in this defense. Mobazane, unfortunately, went for offensive items instead of something like Radiant Armor or maybe something along the lines of Athena Shield. So he's gonna melt if he stays on top of the minion wave. So in order for BTK to defend themselves, they have to have good positioning, and Zia needs to smartly use his ultimate, not pop it, you know, not smartly.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful here. And now on that top side, they're already using the siege mechanics. So what Edward and Wise with the glorious pathway, making it impossible to even get on top of them. Lord is coming through. They should be able to shred this, no issues whatsoever. But how many inhibitors is this going to take? Shark, he's looking for something. Blacklist is going to back away. Edward giving them plenty of vision. Bennett's rage is coming down too. They're just going to shred 2 inhibitor turrets 10 minutes in towards this game. Oheb's lead. Can they get one more? They've stacked this perfectly as Fried Chicken and Mobazane can't really do much about it. Ibiru's passion comes on through, and that's going to be 3 clean inhibitors coming in from Blacklist International.
You know it's over when you don't even need minions to siege into the base, man. That mid lane inhibitor, that was brutal by Blacklist International. And right now, BTK, honestly, they can't really make any plays, any macro plays, even proactive on the map anymore. It's just Blacklist controlling everything and anything at this point. We'll just see how BTK handles this.
Yep, Oheb going in on top of Fried Chicken already, forcing out the Brilliance very early on here. And right now, I think this might just be checkmate for BTK. Blacklist International cannot let them get their win conditions, and they want to end this game as early as possible. Bennett's Rage coming on through as Edward and Wise stopping the Feathered Airstrike. They can't click the Godlike coming in from Oheb as he is making sure he's completely zoning them out. This is going to be it. The Blacklist International, the PH fans have been waiting for. You can't just break the code that easily. You're going to have to do it 2 more times in this matchup. GG, well played to Blacklist International.
Breaking the code is what they want. You want them to break the code. We'll completely just fix it over just a few minutes. And that's why this team is so magical. This is why they're the tournament favorites. Instantly, they were dominated in the first game. No worries, no pressure whatsoever. We got everyone here just learning instantly, and you can see the evolution already. They managed to adapt so fast, even when they were behind in that first moment, man.
Love the word that Gideon